daylight savings time fucked everyone up today.
God, it did. How?
Yeah, right. And it's on a Sunday. And it's still, I mean, I did not grow up with daylight savings time. So, this is a weird thing. Yeah, I don't know why. Why? And I would actually be interested to know the history of daylight savings time. I don't want to bore you with a Wikipedia page.
No, I like it. Tell me about it. Why does it fuck us? Even though we have the phones do it for us, but yet still, it fucked my whole day.
Fun in the coven. Thank you for the sub. Also, love the username. I love that. There is a bun in the coven, and it's Baby Yoda.
No, that's a working title.
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna give birth to baby. If we get it on that Disney one, that would be great.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I just want to be in that delivery room, like, even if you're not there, like, see, I'm gonna do that, and then security will take me away, and then we'll have your baby. Just want you to know that's how it's gonna work.
I love it.
And we will show up with drinks. Not for you.
No, for us to celebrate around you.
Although it might help push the baby out, so you never know. I'm not advocating alcohol drinking.
I think that you are, and I support.
But I am.
You wanna ride my slip and slide? Get all crazy in between my thighs. Well, it ain't free if you wanna get with
Lots
me.
of folks coming in. Amy Foolicious is in the chat. That's my friend, y'all.
We'll order pizza and watch hee-haw, and I'll cut you off the size of my hoo-ha. You want a piece of my hoo-ha?
I really strongly suggest y'all listening to this hoo-ha song. It's really great. It's giving me lots of good vibes. Okay, all right. So where are our faces? There they are. I'm in a really weird mood, you guys.
I like how weird your mood is. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm kind of weird today too, so I'm really glad that I am not alone in this awkwardness that is today.
Man,
Yeah.
baby,
very
thank
happy.
you, Amy, for the sub.
I'm here with you. I mean, we started late because I was crying so much. So that's when you know it's going to be a great gloss.
Yeah, this will be
Yes.
wonderful.
Although I would say, I think if it was literally any other show, I would have canceled it. But I was like, you know what? This is Gloss Coven. Isn't this like the raw emotion?
Yeah,
I
is the
am
place
mentally
for it.
unstable.
Yeah,
this is the place for it. Yeah. And
exactly.
The place.
you know, I've been
Yeah.
going around carrying this like it's an actual baby. So
I think it's
let's
perfect.
talk about mentally unstable. This is not my baby, but I think it is. So, yeah.
I mean, he's perfect.
he's perfect.
Yeah.
Aren't we all, Jackie? I don't really play video games. We are all a little mentally unstable. It's why we all love each other so much, because
Yeah.
we get each other. And when there are times like you ladies, when I showed up, didn't even question me, bursting into tears, like, girl, you do you. It's
Yeah.
all good. We don't make each other feel weird about it.
No.
It's the worst when you're crying in front of someone that doesn't know how to handle it, and they're just like, which I get. I completely understand, but also I'm like, I cry all the time. Don't worry. I just need a second.
I do too. I'm a terrible crier. Not just like if something upsets me, but mostly like if it's something like super powerful or anything like that, any kind of message, any kind of Christmas carol, that's it. It's over. Like it's waterworks.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Also,
I'm
this
okay
is
with
from
it.
Metal Flack. And Cornelius
Aw.
is now here, and this is really all I ever need. Why would I ever frown when Cornelius is in my life?
Stop it!
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, I love. Can everybody hear me okay? I cry when I'm frustrated too. I'm like, I don't
it's even more
understand how to do
frustrating.
the thing. Yeah, and now I'm leaking. But it is. Can you guys hear me okay? We're using a new mic setup, so I just want to
I
double
can hear
check.
you.
Yeah, great, wonderful, excellent. Thank you so much for all the love in chat, of course, and we love you all, and you all look amazing, chat. You look amazing. Look how beautiful your usernames are. I love it. I love it.
Yes, thank you so much. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna make it fun. That's where I earlier today, I'm just like, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing anything. I want to do the stream tonight. I know I want to do that, but like, how do I get from here to here? And then I realized it was a 20-minute nap.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. And but still, it still needs a lot of work. I still need a lot of work. So that's what we do together. We'll get through it together.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that you treat yourself like a toddler. Like, that's really, really important. I think that, like, we all need to be our own moms sometimes to baby ourselves, like our inner child. We absolutely need to do that. Hail Persephone, you said it's Neptune. It's a total motherfucker. As the closer planets pass him, this just brings all our triggers and trauma soars to the surface, ready to be set off. It's rough as hell. But also an invitation into exhaling. I'm feeling it. Oh my God. Does anybody else have like conversations with loved ones where you're like yelling at them like in the shower privately to yourself?
Oh, yes.
I do that to celebrities that I don't know.
I do. I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're my friends, but I know they're not. I know they're not.
Yeah.
It's a secret relationship I have with all kinds of weird people.
Lately, I've been taking extra long showers because I have a lot to say to my mother and my grandmother that I can't really say, but I'm like trying to figure out the right words to say.
Gotta get it out somehow.
Yeah. I'm just like, you just don't know. And it's like, okay, all right, I need to get out of the shower and carry on with my life. I'm so glad that you guys feel me. Awesome.
Yes.
And Hail Persephone, we are going to talk about your biz. Yes, we are, Muddle Flack. Thank you for saying that. In fact, we want to talk about her biz so much that we actually, I don't even know if I have that pronoun right. I'm saying her, but I'm not sure if that is correct. But we want to talk about their biz so much that I loaded it into the stream. And so we can actually look at the amazing readings we got from just like, you know, as like a special little gift that we got from Hail Persephone. And I'm they, them. Thank you for asking. Awesome. Okay, cool. So perfect. And we'll get to that today as well. I also want to up top give a quick shout out to Benny D because they made me this amazing little baby Yoda that has little ears that I do this with. And also this amazing little koala. I did a report on koalas in 5th grade, so I really love koalas.
Aww.
Look at this, you guys. This amazing little flamingo with the danglies. The danglies are legs. Little danglies. You guys. I mean, the fact that you know that I love flamingos, Holden and I love flamingos. That's huge. And then also, it's a little Among Us baby. Oh, it's going to slaughter everybody. And then also these Chuck Taylors. Yes, this is all handmade. This is all
crazy.
That is cool.
She has a look at these little Chuck Taylors. I can't handle it. These are going on the baby as soon as it comes out. We're going to warm your feet, little baby, with the little baby Chuck Taylors. So Benny D Honeybee Homemade is the Facebook page. So
the same amazing human being that made me my little baby corn and my little hot dog.
I love so much.
I think that she might not be. I don't think she's here with us right now because she's in Australia. So I think that she joins us, watches the stream later on, but I'm so happy. She's so fucking talented. It's insane.
I was trying to find her Insta so I could like tag her in a post, but I think I was only able to find the Facebook page. Either way, I'm going to reach out and be like, you know, we promote you, baby. We promote you on Glos. So this is like a back support pillow and it's a practice child. So I love it. I love it so much. This is
That's what you do with your actual baby too, I hear.
Yeah, you just lay on it. That's healthy.
Yeah, just lay on
right?
it. Just lay on it.
I love these
that's
so
what
much.
Because I just can't get enough of this face.
Look at that face.
Black made me Cornelius.
I love it.
I love that. His name is Baby Cornelius. This is amazing.
She stitched in the glitter. Can you see that?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
That just makes the corn extra juicy. to me. I'm just like, oh no, when you eat it. Sorry,
The thing is, I need Cornelius today because I didn't want anyone else, and Cornelius technically is the only one that can comfort me right now. So thank you, Metal Flat.
I love it. You guys. Oh, you found the Instagram.
happy.
I don't really play video games. You are kind of the best. So
Yes.
thank you. Oh my god.
Kind of. 100%.
And Jesse Ross Maths, congratulations. That's amazing. 15 weeks as of yesterday. I love it. Congratulations. Welcome to
babies. I consider everyone babies having babies because I can't imagine being adult enough when you're spending your Sunday crying at a CarMax. Like, I don't think that means you can have a baby.
It means that you are more in tune to your emotions and you actually are ready for a baby because you will just know how to nurture that baby even better because you're more sensitive. So there.
Let's all do the baby. Don't do that to the baby, but you can do that to Cornelius, but you can't do that to the baby. And that's what we learn here at Glos is what the things you shouldn't do to the baby. And you don't do that to the baby.
You do that. That's why Metal Flack and Benny D will send you things to squeeze instead of the baby. For when you want to squeeze a baby, have a baby Yoda. Never shake a baby.
Shake the baby. We all learned it because then they spit up and they'll spit up forever.
They'll also get brain damage, right?
Yeah, no, they'll die. But also,
that's not a good idea.
But also, they'll spit up.
You can shake the baby a little, but just not like Don't,
yeah.
Not like drumstick it,
Yeah.
It's all
I
good.
don't really play video games since I get it. That's why I borrow friends' babies. That's why I am looking forward to like our friends busting their hatches because then I can say I'm done.
Yeah. I know that was the great part about nannying.
Back.
Yeah, and then I decided that I wanted to take it upon myself, but animal babies are great too. I want an animal baby so bad too. It's so bad. Anyway, so
welcome guys. Did everyone else get fucked on daylight savings time? I don't know.
I mean, I didn't get fucked, unfortunately, but I did
Maybe you
get
will.
fucked.
Yeah.
Today, yes, by waking up. Exactly. By being like, all right, today's a work day. Carolina's gonna work all day. I get it. I start working. I go, no, I can't do this. Why? Because it's just a weird day. That's why.
Yeah.
It's a weird day. Can't do anything right. The day where you can't do anything right. Where you slip on something, where you hit your knee against that one thing that you've walked by a million times. That thing.
Yeah, Cody McGill, it's daylight savings time. So that's why if you're extra tired today, there's a reason.
Yeah. And hello, Ben of Troy. Sorry, I just want to say hi. Hey, that's my friend too. I have friends. Look at my friends. Sorry. Okay. God.
But you also,
what's happening?
Carolina, you didn't grow up with daylight savings time.
No. Yeah. This is a new thing for me. I mean, not new because I've been in America for 15 years, so it's not super new. But you think I'd be acclimated by now, but I am not. So, but maybe it's because the first 16 years of my life I spent just kind of not thinking about time so much until I came to America and they told me everything about time and how important it is to be on time.
Oh yeah, that's
in Latin America. It's a whole different world out there. Being on time is just showing up on the same day, and so it was a culture shock. I'm also very prompt. So if anything, one of the Americanisms I've learned for the most part is being prompt, but also being really majorly screwed at least twice a year because of daylight savings time. But that's an American thing, apparently. Just having something mess you up when you're trying to do something.
That's the American thing. Are you
I love being American.
I love something to be upset about all the time.
Yes. Gives me a chance to just complain. I like it.
That
and everyone
Holden
validates
extra
it.
Holden is very, very American because he's always on time. He's aggressively punctual.
But we're getting through it. Onwards and upwards,
Yeah, we're gonna get through it. I feel like we're in a long stretch here. As you know, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the news, but it seems like we're almost at the long stretch of the end of this weird phase that we're all going through. And you know what? If anything, it feels great, feels promising, but there are moments I guess that these little pockets where everything kind of just screws everything up. So we're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to pile through that, like all of us, all at once, with all your plushies. Just get through it. Just get through it, and just push, Lexi, and then we can do it. We'll get through it.
I love it. Yes, time is a construct. I hear everybody saying, being late. I'm always early. I'm always late. Whatever. See, it doesn't matter. I think you just show up on the right day. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish. No, my brain gets scratchy. That's what I refer to it if I'm running late, which is why, like, I'm thinking that I was going to run late today. I have to text. Like, I had that text ready to go 2 hours before I sent it, just in case, because I just hate being late makes my anxiety spiral. And then it's just, everything is the worst. The second I am late, I have like such it's triggering for many other things.
Yeah, but it's also good that you texted, so that way you can like see from like the two of us, like if you're like in general, if you're ever late for anything, and then the other people are like, oh yeah, of course, who cares, like, and then it kind of like eases the tension a little bit. It's like, it's totally fine, not a big deal. Like, I love it when someone's like, yeah, I didn't even know it was today. That always helps.
Yes,
something along those lines.
Thank God, I've been nervous all day.
For what? For nothing.
Even Hawk Girl says, I'm the same way. I was always at school like 30 minutes early. I've gotten a lot better because my husband is so laid back. It's difficult because I also have a partner who is not and I'm just like, no. In the same way, he doesn't understand why there are parts of my car that I still don't get. I'm like, the car turns on. That's all I care about. And he's like, didn't you know that you can do this? Didn't you know you could do this? And I'm like, no, I didn't look at a manual. Like, I don't fucking know. But being on time, though, is when I'm the nightmare.
See, but that's, that's also good, though, because you're successful. Right? Like you're a very hardworking person, and it is to your benefit.
Considerate. Yes. And very considerate of other people's feelings.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Yeah. So that's always appreciated, but also at the same time, like when I freak out about stuff, I also have to realize like, oh, I'll be okay. This too shall pass. I think I've said that I should have it tattooed on my chest.
Yeah, let's get breast tattoo.
This too shall pass. Only God can judge me.
Yeah.
Who knows how many tattoos we'll get, but we'll get plenty.
I love that. I kind of want to get like a breast tattoo, like a chest tattoo. I had this dream years ago that I looked down and like I just had this like blue and red and green. It was like jewel tone stained glass butterfly tattoo, like all around my breast. I was just like, this is amazing. But like, and I wonder what it meant because I have a very complex relationship with my breast. Well, it's not complex. I just hate them. And so, but like that hate is complex. And so I need to work on that maybe. But I'm just like, wow, that's really, really cool. So I don't know. Maybe that'll make me love them. Who knows? Or maybe I should just go to therapy for it. Anyway.
I like the first idea. But therapy also works.
Feelings about them will change though after getting milked, right?
That's true. I think so. And I've always said that I want to have like a reduction and a lift after I nurse a baby because they pulled that shit south. And so I think that maybe I will do that and maybe I will have like a better relationship. But also right now, like they're growing and which is I do not need more growth, but they're growing so much and they hurt all the time. But I know that it is for like a bigger purpose, so I'm slightly more okay with it. So it's I don't know.
There's a function to it. It's a temporary thing. I understand.
Yeah.
Maybe you can feed the baby upside down, pull him up if you
want. Get that gravity.
That's a good idea. Let's feed the baby upside down.
Like a keg stand.
Ooh, Lush has really good boob butter. Okay, thank you, Hail Persephone.
Oh, good.
Yes,
did you also see that Hail Persephone has the tattoo on them as well?
Really? Oh, cool.
My brain just stopped working.
That's okay.
The one we're just this too shall pass.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I missed that. But that's the thing. That's a thing. Okay, that's great. Okay, this is what we want now. Can we copy you?
Can we copy you?
Yes.
Can we get a fan tattoo?
We will
We'll
put your
get-
Instagram
we'll
name underneath it. It's
Right, we'll
fine.
copy you.
I love it.
Ooh, curly shoe inversion table for nursing. You can make $1 million. But the thing is that I like this. But have you ever actually used an inversion table? I use Natalie's sometimes. And like the second I start going back, I'm like, stop! I'm like, I really like, have no control over it. I'm like, I'm never gonna be let out. I have like all this like spiral, and she's like, you just gotta let it stretch you. And I was like, I can't let it stretch me.
You got to
So I tried
relax,
some.
but it's hard to relax in that position. That's I want to get. I saw her inversion table, and I'm like, I want it.
You should try it.
I-
Hey, Dottie Champagne.
Hello, my loves. And thank you, Lisa Rose. We're gonna talk about your upcoming stream in a moment.
Yeah.
But and no, I have not gotten a pregnancy pillow yet. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. My back really freaking hurts today, so I'm pillow me up. I have like 1,000 pillows for things, and Holden gets really upset. So send more. You know, no, I'm just kidding. No,
So we'll go the way of the air fryer.
Oh,
I asked him where the air fryer was, and he said, away.
I know.
What a nightmare
He's so
he is.
mean. He's so mean.
Marry me instead.
I will. You know, but we got to get past your wedding with Jeff first.
All right.
My grandmother
I'll get
has
married first.
a inversion table, and my aunt got stuck on it. I just thought,
How?
I don't know, because they're like in their 80s and they got an inversion table. Because I mean, like the back stuff is totally hereditary in my family, and like they got, I don't know, she just couldn't get out of it. My grandmother left the room and she just got stuck somehow. I just thought that was really, really funny.
great.
Oh, that's how you, if you don't set the height properly, Skunk Baby says.
Okay.
Skunk Baby 69, by the way, also another great username. Skunk Baby 69. I'm gonna start calling my pussy that. Skunk Baby 69.
That's amazing. All right. So I think this is a good time to talk about Lisa Rose.
Yeah.
Yay. Speaking of skunk, babe. No, I'm just kidding. That has nothing to do with it. I don't know. So
I like it.
Lisa Rose, guys, check it out.
Oh, you joined Crystals. Hell yeah. Makeover. Sorry, I was talking to.
Oh, no. So we are doing this really awesome stream on Sunday, the 21st at 8 p.m. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific. So, you know, typical Glos time. She is our next. We have featured the beautiful and amazingly talented That's My Name B. And so now we are featuring the beautiful, amazing, and talented Miss Lisa Rose. And we are going to be checking, like, also thank you. I don't really play video games, for putting her website in chat, and her Instagram. Amazing. So these are the prices. The obviously awesome Glos discount. We're going to be posting these cards as well. But and there she is. Isn't she cute? She's so pretty.
But also, can you see this like egret sweater? Because we were talking about this earlier today, and then it actually has like feathers on the egret sweater, which I imagine is a nightmare to clean, but also beautiful
awesome
to wear.
That is so
That's
awesome.
cool.
So
I'm so excited for this. Actually,
Yeah.
you guys know, like, I've been wearing the same clothes for decades at this point, and I'm just so excited. This could be like a turning point in Carolina's life. I feel it. And it's going to be this Sunday on the 21st. You'll see it.
Fuck yeah, it
I'm
is.
so
I need this.
excited.
It is.
And it's
I need
the
more
day
than
after
3 t-shirts.
I love it. It's the day after the equinox too. So I think it's so like perfectly timed. So it's like spring cleaning of your wardrobe. And look at all these cool things that she can do with the shoppable styling boards, which, by the way, she is so good at them.
Insane.
Oh my God. Oh my
I'm definitely
God.
getting one for my niece for her birthday, because also, what do you get a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
A conversation with someone that can maybe help her come up with something that she wants to wear. That's not just, she right now is going through a phase of, I don't know who I am. And so wouldn't it be fun to like talk a little bit of fashion? But then over this week, we would love to take your questions if you want to think on it, because next week, then what we're going to do is talk with Lisa Rose and have an interactive conversation about fashion.
Yes. That's
Yes.
so
And my
exciting.
lack of fashion.
You
Or
have
whatever
fashion.
my sense of style that could probably be more than like a one face thing, you know, like it could go into different directions. And that's the interesting thing about it, because I know Jackie's very fashionable. I know Lexi's very fashionable too. And I'm wearing the same thing constantly, to the point where I'm like, I wore this last week, I need to change. And then there's like, maybe I'll wear one of Marcus's shirts. So I, luckily, thanks to Lisa Rose, I got some new things, or I think they call them pieces, which is kind of fancy. And so I got some new pieces, and I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait. And also I can't wait for spring, because then I could really wear that.
Yeah.
Which is like literally any day now. It's getting there.
It's almost great there. Style, Carolina. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yes, you have you have classic style.
Yeah.
That is like, I mean, you like, I love your look. I love that your look's like, it's like, is it 1972? Is it 1985? Who knows? That's the best part.
It's perfect. I can fit or not fit in everywhere, actually, which is amazing.
Yes, which is amazing.
No one will question it.
Yes, my whole thing. Lisa Rose says my whole thing is about personal style. So no trends, no bullshit rules. Just figuring out what you love.
Yes.
So you can hit us up at glossmail3@gmail.com with your questions if you're thinking about it over the week, or you could just come in. Like, for example, a question I'd had for Lisa Rose was like, how do I make a t-shirt dress look good on me? I know that it's like accessories or something, but how do you make it look good for, like, I have a bunch of them. And I feel like I look like I'm wearing a tent whenever I wear them. So that's my question. Not allowed to steal my question.
My question will be about the breasts, because these cause a lot of issues with. I'm like, ooh, I really love this dress, and I put it on, and it's like blah 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 blah. You know, it's like, ooh, wow, Lexus, don't show us that much. You know, or it's, or I'm just.
Say, you're talking to the wrong one.
Speak for yourself.
But people want to see that. See, I think, Jackie, when you show off your cleavage, people want to see it. When I show off my cleavage, I think nobody wants to see this. You know what I mean?
No.
And so it's
also, I think it's about your what you want to show, and I think what
makes you comfortable,
right?
Yeah,
right.
So it's
exactly.
It's also that, and so it's like, if you're uncomfortable, never fucking show them. You know,
Right.
we get to just dream what they look like, and that's a creepy
right.
thing.
And my thing is like, I like dresses, I like skirts, but I don't. But I'm not into being super dressy or super done up, but I still like wearing dresses and skirts. How can I do that? By being comfortable while wearing like Chucks and tennis shoes and things like that. So that way I'm not just stuck to jeans and a band shirt. So Lisa Rose totally helped me out with that. And so we'll talk a little bit more about it next week, but she definitely gave me some really good ideas to do that, to switch it up and not have to wear the same thing constantly, which is great, which is what I want. I'm casual with pockets, you know, just easy stuff, but you still look cool. You still look like you're done up, like kind of like your own version of fancy dress without being fancy. And that's what I like about it.
I love. Yes, exactly. That's so. Oh, let's applaud for Jeff, because he just brought Jackie sustenance, which she desperately needs right now.
Me some food because I haven't eaten today, which is part of my crying issue.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I apologize. I might be just snacking a little bit because
have at it.
It's also one of those things too. I went to bed hungry because we were watching a movie last night and there was no dinner. So I went to bed hungry and I was like, that's fine. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll eat food. But I woke up late for what we needed to do because of daylight savings time. So I haven't eaten all day. It was just one, you don't want to just like ding, 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 and then cut to you're crying at a CarMax.
Yeah.
So but I apologize. Didn't mean to interrupt, but yes, very important that the food came.
No,
no, of course, it's very important. But I wanted to answer Coco B94. Who's on my shirt? They are the New York Dolls. David Johansen, Syl Sylvain, rest in peace. Arthur Kane, rest in peace. Johnny Thunders, also rest in peace. so I have a bunch of dead guys on my shirt, but they made some really good music, and I enjoy having them on my boobs. So I'm sure they would have said the same at another point.
I bet they would.
So,
Can you feel my energy change the second that food came into the room?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a game changer. Definitely. Food is always, and a 20-minute nap. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. So you got to treat yourself like you're a toddler. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just like
trash
do something
cans.
for yourself, and put on some fun trash TV if you gotta. Like hold on to something, like put on the heater full blast, even though it's really hot outside because you're dying because you're on your period. Things that may have happened to me today.
That's
exactly what happened.
What is it? Neptune? Fuck you, Neptune. I thought that the new moon was supposed to bring like a renewed sense of creative energy.
So is it with with Neptune and with the new moon like together? Because I know the new moon kind of like brings in it like out with the old, in with the new, but Neptune is like all emotional and traumatic and sensitive and artistic and all of those things. Like, I don't know, think about like Pisces, I guess. So I don't know. Is that what's going on? People who know, I want to ask Hail Persephone specifically, and then also get to these tarot readings.
I'm also looking forward to, I would love, at some point, I'd love to talk to Hail Persephone too, if they would want to, because I want to learn more about this stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to be more aware of the fact that I feel that I'm very affected by all of it that's happening. And maybe I'm not, and maybe I'm truly just a very emotional person. But wouldn't it be nice to look towards something that like gives it a reason instead of just, oh, Jackie's just crazy.
Yeah. No, for sure. I absolutely agree. And Hail Persephone says, yes, Neptune rules Pisces and the king of the ocean and subconscious. Also, What the Fem podcast, hey, what's up? Said, I think the new moon is in Pisces too. That would make sense because Pisces and Virgo are opposite and the full moon was in Virgo. So I believe that that makes sense. Absolutely. Before we get to looking at these charts, I want to give Hunty Boy, who went to the kitchen real fast for a snack. So I don't know if they're back yet, but Hunty Boy, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I want to give you a shout out. And they say, hey, lovelies, could each of you name 3 things you like about yourself? You're all wonderful. The coven is my fave.
Thank you, Hunty Boy, because I feel like I can name 20 things I don't like about myself right now. And I think that it is very important to remember sometimes that there are some things that you like.
Yeah. That's you're right. Very important.
Yeah. Especially on a weird day. You got to remember, you got to find the little, even if it's like the smallest thing ever, and just celebrate it if you possibly can. I think the 3 things, can you guys name 3 things that I'm sure you can. Come on, we can come up with this together.
Yeah.
I got one. Together. I know one is that I like that usually I actually look kind of cute when I cry. And I think that that's a big one in my relationship. It is, I think it's a saver in my relationship because it kicks in Jeff's paternal instincts so hard. So that is good. That's number 1.
You are a very good crier. Like when I cry, it's like contortion of the face and like splotchiness and broken capillaries.
I also think that's cute in a different way. That like
you
also.
But thank you.
I'm an ugly crier. I got the red nostrils constantly, like that constantly. It's not pretty. Capillaries break. It's all red over here. It looks like I've been drinking for days, but I've just been crying for 5 minutes.
Been crying for 5 minutes. That's the worst. Yeah.
But I'm supposed to talk about things that I like about myself. So
yes, we're talking about that. We're talking about positive.
So easy to go negative.
Bring that right back. Yeah, you're right. Oh man. So Jackie named one pretty quickly. That was good. I was not gonna name one fast too. The one thing I like is about myself, or at least one of the 3 things. I guess it could be that I'm good at putting things in perspective faster than I ever was before. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to get stuck in things for days, weeks, months, and just like the little thing that just blows up, like anything that could upset you, like work or friends or relationship or whatever. And now I can do that quicker. So that is like, you know, no one's ever fixed or perfect, but like the turnaround now is at least it's not like I'm not going to ruin my night because of me. It's going to be like, I'm going to have a very awkward 30 minutes, maybe, hopefully less, maybe an hour. So you never know. I like to try to turn it around. I'm always trying to turn it around instead of like, it's no use and like bringing it down for too long. So I think that's the thing I can be good at. I know I am. So
fuck yeah.
I got it. In perspective. Yes.
Yeah. I love that.
I'm trying. Keep trying. What about you, Lexi?
I think that I like that I am good at finding a connection with people. I think that I can connect to somebody on almost anything. People are having trouble hearing me. Am I the only one hearing Lexi in my left ear? Is this annoying? I mean, I feel like I saw somebody else say something that they're having trouble hearing me. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll get Holden to come in and fix it. But okay, so you guys are hearing. Okay, all right.
Yeah, totally
cool.
hear you good.
So thank you. Maybe it's just like if you're listening in headphones, I don't know. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I am very thankful that I can connect to people. Like I can find something to relate on, to just about anybody, no matter like how different they might be. I will find some sort of common ground. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa Rose. So yeah, I like that about myself. I feel so cheesy saying that, but you know.
No, but it's very true. I'm glad that you know this too. I'm glad, like, if we were in the middle of nowhere, there's some like old man at the top of a mountain, I'll be like, Lexi, can you just ask him for directions? Because I bet you guys can be friends after 5 minutes. So I can see that happening. Actually, it's very, very plausible.
Thank you.
So.
Again, I would love to see us all up in a mountain. Can you imagine me just being like, is there a hotel?
I don't do outside like at all. Like even if it's like nice outside, I'm like, I'm not. It'll be nice again on another day. Like I'm just such an indoor person. It's really alarming. But my skin's good.
Oh, actually, that brings to the other thing I'm good at. I'm good at finding things when you're like finding a place or a thing that you need. Like, let's say if we're in a mountain and we're like, hey, we need base camp and we need to find a dive bar or something. I can actually sniff that out. I'm very resourceful. I'm like, give me 2 minutes. I coordinate. I don't know. Check. I pull some sand and see which way the wind blows or something like that. I always can figure out how to get something done. So I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
I will save the night.
I love it. Jackie,
I
what
would
about
say
you?
that I know I've been with you on multiple instances where you're like, I know a place. And then we were able to go keep drinking and hanging out. And we're like, I know a guy, but you got to go, no, around the corner. You got to go around there. And it's like, oh my God, how did you know that this was here? You are very, very good at that.
Can just sniff it. There's just a smell. I've lived in countries all around the world. So after a while, you're just kind of like, I have a good feeling about this over here. We're going that way. And then once in a while, it'll be like, we're turning back and going this way now. But we will get there in fast as well. So there is hope if you're stuck with me. So I'm good with that. Yes.
Lisa Rose said, I like that my energy tends to make people comfortable. I like that my humor makes me fun to be around. And I like that my heart bends towards the more compassionate options. I love those three.
Yes, that's a good list. I love that.
And as someone that has met you via Zoom, I completely agree. It does immediately feel like I've known you for a very long time, and I love it.
1,000%.
Yeah, very easygoing, very comfortable. You can just kind of open up. That's always what you want. and that's perfect, and I love that. So yes, and that's to have friends like you guys and like Lisa and everyone, like just be able to have like a Power Ranger like power that everyone can do, and we just kind of come together and together we complete one fun time.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it can't be all the times, you know. It's like it can't be all of it. You have to be just parts. That's why all of us together make a beautiful oven.
I love that Kara Sketches likes their eyeballs and their butt. I love that. And Gibbon You Hell says, I like how empathetic I am. I will also say that I like how empathetic I am. I used to say it's an empathy problem. No, I'm okay with it. I like that I'm a very empathetic person.
Fuck yeah.
Who's next?
Oh, with the other thing, well, first of all, Jesse Rose Smass, I believe that's your name, fun FBI Fun Bureau investigator. I like that, first of all.
I love that.
And I hope that's also another thing, is about having fun anywhere, no matter what. Like let's make a short video on my iPhone and just that will be our night. Or let's just do this little thing, or why don't we make some sculptures and then like take pictures of me like cutting into it with blood everywhere. Like I like sometimes, you know, it's fun to like sit around and watch movies and things like that, but sometimes it's just fun to make your own content, and I like doing that. That's something.
Play.
Yeah,
exactly. You play very well. Can I share a little story? One of the, like, right when I met Carolina, I guess it would be like, was it right when I met you? Maybe it was a little while after, but me, you, and Brooke, it was on Thanksgiving, and me, you, and Brooke were hanging out at Ben's old apartment.
Oh, okay.
And it was Thanksgiving, and so like me and Holden came over trash. And I remember like shortly after we did this thing, I went and threw up in the bathroom, so that's how drunk I was. But Ben had a helium balloon or a helium tank with a bunch of helium balloons, and so we sucked in a bunch of helium and sang the Chipmunks Christmas song. And I was just
I made us practice.
Yeah,
too.
we did a practice run, and then we recorded it.
I have it. I still have it. And it's going to be released one day. I just figured I first let's get the hype going, and then we'll release it, and it'll be like, wow, is that what you guys did while drunk on Thanksgiving? Yes.
Yes.
It was.
And I was just like, I like
having our own fun.
Yes.
I remember that. Just like getting people together, like, come on, let's just do something fun and stupid. Come on. I won't even post it if you guys don't want. And I didn't. I don't think I did, just in case, or maybe I should have asked you, because I'd like to ask permission first, just in case. And so maybe I will then. But first I got to send it to Lexi. I got to send it to Brooke to make sure that you guys are like, yeah, of course, humiliate me in public, and then I will.
Yeah, it was
once
like,
I get the okay.
remember what we did last night? And I was like, I don't remember. And then I was like, yes, I do remember this. It was amazing. We just got another donation from Discombobulated. Thank you so much for the 10 with
Thank you.
A wonderful question, which we will answer as soon as we are we done complimenting ourselves? Did we come up with 3?
I think I did. I find the fun, I make up the fun, and then I think there was a third. I forgot.
Okay.
Then you are the fun.
You are the fun.
The fun. We can have fun with anything. We can have fun with index cards. We can. We can just make it up. Sometimes it's so much better than watching content that's already made for you. Sometimes you just got to make it yourself, and that's all I care to do. And then sometimes I drag people like Lexi and Brooke into it. Sometimes I drag Marcus into it. I think one night I was like, oh, teach me how to play drums, and then we'll play. And then so we started playing, and we had a really fun night, except for our landlord was like, can you stop that? And then we did. But that was really fun. I have no idea what we played, but it was fun and loud. And so that's all you need to do. Just make it up and just do something you're not even good at. Do something you're terrible at, but you want to do it, and just pretend you're a rock star for a minute. Who cares?
The harbinger of fun, says Hot Girl. Absolutely. I love it. And Yeah, I think I don't know if I said a third, but I will say this is a temporary third, but my skin has been very good lately, so that is my third thing. It's weird. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll go with it. Thanks.
Oh, it looks great.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Microscope guy, please vicariously eat through me. I'm eating
yeah.
horrible food, and you know what? It's delicious.
What are you eating? Tell me.
I'm eating Del Taco. It's my ultimate, like, if I'm in a bad mood, I eat Del Taco.
I love it. That's amazing.
I'm just snacking away over here. I'm eating much slower than I would be eating if I wasn't in front of you guys, because I will say it is a big anxiety for me to eat in front of other people. It's taken me years to get to a place where I can eat in front of people, but that goes to do with eating disorders. But we don't need to talk about that right now. I don't really play video games. You're eating Del Taco right now.
You guys are Del Taco twins.
That's amazing. I love it.
Helper 70 said, fuck yes, my bad moon food is the super spicy McChicken. You know, everyone's got, you know, and that's on fat trauma, Lisa Rose. It's just, you know, think of how many times I would own, like, be like, but you never eat. And it's like, then you binge at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then you purge at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Oh my God. I have that thing where if I'm working, I don't eat till dinner because I forget because I'm working. And then on my days off, I eat the whole day. I'm a bottomless pit all day. If I'm doing nothing all day, that is what I'm doing. I'm never hungry, and I'm never really, but I'm still kind of full, but I will still keep going. Like yesterday I had like 4.5 meals, and man, maybe not worth it, because I did get like a little bit of a tummy ache, but sometimes you just need a whole day where you just, hey, I'm going to get some pad thai, and then later I'm going to make a sandwich. And for dinner, I think I had another sandwich and French fries, and you just, you know, just stuff it all in. Like the calories come at random times. Sometimes it ebbs and sometimes it flows.
But it evens out, so it's all good.
It evens out at the end of the week. That's all I need. Yes.
Yeah. I definitely gave myself a stomach ache last night because I ate so much popcorn and cheese and bread, which is bad for me, but I am eating it anyway. And pigs in a blanket and cookies and brownies. And then I came home and ate ice cream with Holden. And then after I said that was a bad idea. And so I ate way too much last night. And we have another donation from That's My Name, B. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's read these awesome questions. Y'all ready for it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Bellissimo.
And yes, Holly, always, yes, girl, eat that bread. So you gotta.
It causes inflammation in my body. It's like an allergy, but it's not like terrible, you know? And so I do it because I'm like, I can't drink, so I might as well be bad to myself some other way. And so it's, but whatever. Who cares? Boring. All right. So Discombobulated asks, what is the top quality you look for in a relationship, whether it be a romantic partner or friendship?
Ooh, I immediately know mine.
Oh, what's yours?
What?
Patience. My friends need patience, and my partner needs patience. I am difficult, and I'm aware of that. But not so much like emotionally draining difficult. I just am erratic and spread out all over the place at all times. But I do love, and I love to love, but patience. Always patience.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That's really, it's good that you know that you need that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That took me, that's only like, I'm only like 2 or 3 years deep in understanding that, because I used to think it was everyone else that was the issue. Narcissistic thinking that it was like, no, that, or I just assumed that there was like, oh, I just can't work with women. And I thought that for a long time. And it's like, that's also not true. It is that you are a lot, and sometimes when you put out too much, it is deflected back at you, which happens a lot in my female, like in my femme relationships. So that's all. Patience.
Yeah. I think mine, Hunty Boy said it, compassion. I think that's number one. Yeah. And I just don't really even want to be friends with somebody who doesn't have any level of empathy for living creatures or human beings. And one of the things that I really liked about Holden whenever we first started dating is that he wasn't afraid to cry in a movie. You know what I mean? That's just such a little thing, but I love that. And I
But
love
what
that
movie though?
Oh, any of them.
Oh. I'm not judging. I'm just wondering what makes Holden cry. Okay.
Okay. The biggest, Inside Out, the Bing Bong scene.
Totally understandable.
That was I was like, he's having a
understandable.
meltdown. He's having, that spoke to him on such a level. Emotional intelligence is so important. And granted, he can be a maniac sometimes. Absolutely, for sure. He wouldn't be Holden if he wasn't. But he's so sensitive and so loving, and it's just like, I need loving people,
Yeah, no, that's a big one for me. The compassion and just general understanding and empathy for other people. Like, and that's the kind of thing you kind of find out when you're hanging out. Like, are they being nice to the waiter or the waitress and things like that? Like, or are they like, and that's how it was with Marcus and I. And like, oh, I see him like dealing with whatever, with anything, the cable guy or whoever, and anyone. Kind of almost similar to the way I do it, kind of just like, not just kind of coming from a place of understanding, a place where like, I know that you have a job to do and things like that. And so I always appreciate that. I always appreciate people understanding from, even if that's not where they are in their life. And I think that's great. And I love that. And also sense of humor is so important. Like you don't have to be funny, but you have to appreciate what's funny and have to understand that I make dark jokes to get through things, that I make jokes to get out of, because I'm an awkward person and I need to do that. And I need to say the elephant in the room. I need to say the thing that no one wants to say. It just comes out of me. And I need you to also laugh, especially if no one else in the room is laughing. I need one person on my corner. And that's that thing I appreciate the most. Yeah, actually, it's just someone who understands, like, that was dark, Carolina, but I know it came from a good place and it was very fun. So that's the number one, I think. That and compassion. We'll put them together. Yeah. They're tied for the gold.
I love it.
Yes.
I love that Lisa Rose said, I have cleared rooms with my dead mom jokes. Whoops. I love shit like that, though. It's just it's so real. It's so like, don't be afraid to say what's honest. And wonderful.
I think I was telling you guys about that like, I'm pretty sure I talked about it here when my therapist asked me if I've ever been sexually assaulted, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, why did you laugh like that? I'm like, it's just, honestly, it's such a broad question that I'm like, look at me, what, like, how I act, how I deflect with humor. Of course I have. Like, I hate to say it, but it's like, she's like, you don't have to turn everything into a joke. I'm like, that is my defense mechanism. What do you mean? Of course that's what I do. It is a way to get us through. Like, for me, not everyone uses humor, but it was just such a blunt question that I was like, yeah. Am I a human? Yeah. Unfortunately, the answer is yes, I have been sexually assaulted.
Exactly. Skunk Baby 69 said, hasn't everyone at this point? Yes, of course.
Wayward Weasel said, bro, do I look okay?
I'm in therapy, right?
I know.
Exactly. You need that. You need to, like, it gives you perspective. The other thing, I mean, and not to say that it diminishes any problems you have or anything at all, but at least it puts you in a place where, like, I'm starting to recognize my feelings. I'm starting to understand. I'm checking the room. Like, it helps start a conversation, where it be very deep or not, or whatever you want it to be. And I think that's important, because, like, some things are painful and awful, and you kind of have to make a joke to break through to get to that point where you're just like, okay, and then can I just have another one? Okay, cool. And then it breaks through. It's a barrier that easily wants to be broken through. And that's what I appreciate about it so much. It just, oh man, it helps so much. And just to get through the awkwardness, because my whole life, I could seriously write an encyclopedia. Like, I could write a whole thing about every awkward situation I've ever been in. And because believe me, it's all in here. And I remember every single one of them constantly, all the time, all day long. And so it's a good thing to just to make that stop, to make the OCD brain stop being like, stop zapping me with all these memories every time I do anything. So it helps. Just make a joke, even if it's ridiculous, even if it makes like your parents uncomfortable. It's like, I can't help it.
Yeah, you know, it's not their fault they feel uncomfortable. I love it. And somebody said, as a therapist, Discombobulated said, as a therapist who uses humor as a defense mechanism, it's real hard not to laugh at these types of comments in session.
Sure.
Therapists are people too. And so,
yes.
And if they're a good therapist, they probably get you. So I love that.
Yes. My therapist will, I don't know. I don't think she doesn't laugh, but I know that she just lets me go. She lets me go on with it. She lets me have the room for a minute to let me get that out. And so I'm like, I always appreciate that. It's like, well, just let me have this. I know it's very unprofessional for you to be like, that's like, you should write that down. So that gives me some time, some breathing room. That's our relationship.
Yeah, pretty much. See, we have to have like different sections at times where she's like, all right, this time you can scream about work and you can scream about like career stuff. And then the rest of the time we have to talk about you and how you're manifesting your anxieties and your mental illness into your work. And I'm like, okay, fine. But first 10 minutes I get to talk about work.
Yeah.
And I will use those 10 minutes.
Good, as you should. I love it. Okay, you guys ready for the next question?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, that's my name, B. She donated $10. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And she said, hi, ladies. Love those gorgeous mugs of yours. We love yours, too.
I love you, too.
Advice? I have a friend who always makes everything about herself. Ooh. I can't bitch about anything with her without her one-upping. Gotcha. It breaks up in this Streamlabs thing, so I'm just like, what is a you-ping? One-upping. Got it. Okay. I understand relating by experience, but I feel like I want to stop sharing. Ooh. I think we've all had that friend.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to like stop like in the middle of it and be like, hey, kind of like breaking down the walls and being like, so this is weird. Or has anyone ever like brought it up with your friend or something, explaining this? Because it can be understandable sometimes when you're in a conversation with people, you're like, I got to stop talking about myself. Why do I keep relating stories about them when I should be asking them questions? Like maybe is that person not aware? Is your friend not aware that they're doing this, or
do they just not give a shit?
Yeah, because sometimes it's hard.
It's also, I think it really helps with me to try and recognize for myself of like, where is it coming from? Is it because, like you said, if they're not aware of it and that is just who they are as a person, like I feel like if I understand if it's coming through of like, oh, well, they use that not only to protect themselves, but as a way to, like, if they're scared of connecting with another person because of past traumatic issues or something like that. I think it just depends on the kind of person that they are and the kind of relationship you want to have. Because a lot of the times that I've had friends like that, I didn't mind keeping them at arm's distance because then they are my arm's distance friend, where I talk to them about some things, but I don't talk to them and I don't let them in to my life either, and I guard it, which obviously y'all know, you can tell I don't guard myself from many people. Most people know how I feel about everything at all times because I have also been that person before when I've going through rough patches in my life. But thank God I had the friends that were like, hey, you're not usually like this. Can we talk for a second? And pulled me out of it,
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to decide. Like, it really depends, I guess, if you can talk to that person, like totally honestly without that awkwardness, or like Jackie said, or maybe just realize, like, because I have a friend like that who with him, he's been my friend for many years and we get along great. But I also know like he's not the person I go to necessarily to talk about my issues, maybe because he just doesn't he can't be there for me in the way I'd want him to be, or I'd hoped for him to be, because he also has his own issues, like very deeply rooted. So I kind of keep him at like a little bit of arm's length, but also still like a good friend, and understanding like this is as much as this person can give me. Or if you're super invested and this is like a really close friend and a best friend maybe, or a roommate or something, if you can just sit down and talk to them about it, that would be great, but it also depends. It depends how comfortable you feel in that situation. If you think it's going to work out that way, if it's going to make you guys closer, or if it's just going to just ruin the whole thing, you don't know. So I guess there's two ways to go, right? There really is, like trying to see if you can make that friend in a way a closer friend, or if not, you might have to just accept that this is as much as they can give you.
Yeah.
And just be like, this is just my cool friend that I hang out with and I talk to about things, but I also know like maybe they're not dependable in that sense, which sucks, but that's people can only be so much for everyone else.
That's my name B said, I don't think she does know, but I just get so frustrated when she cuts me off and says that she's hurting more or having more issues than me. That's when the boundaries are created. Because I completely identify with other people in the chat that are talking about, like, I've definitely been there before, because I'm trying to like be like, I've been there, I get you, I connect with you, like let me connect with you. But someone that's like, no, I'm going through way more, that is a boundaries. That is just, then it doesn't mean you have to cut them out unless they become unless it gets to a point where it is toxic and you shouldn't be around them anymore.
Right.
But at that point, you just talk to them about certain things then. And it's like, you're right. And then you change the subject. As someone that I have two close family members that are bipolar, it is an issue a lot where you're right. Your life is so much harder. My life is so much easier, and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
exactly. Especially if you ask for advice and you don't really, sometimes you're not going to get the best advice from a friend. And sometimes you don't want to put them down by being like, no, that's not going to work. You're not even listening. So you just kind of go with the, okay, cool, thank you, or something. And then moving on and just kind of realizing that this is where we're going to get. This is where I'm going to get. And to not continue a path of disappointment constantly at every turn if you're expecting something that you can't get from somebody, which is unfortunate. It sucks.
I think,
but even I'm sorry, that's why he also said, I'm afraid she'll get really offended if I say something, but then always ask me if I'm mad at her when I get quiet. That is a tactic. Again, as someone that has fucking been there before, that when I was not as open with my communication, where I knew I was being shitty, and then be like, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? And then I'd be upset because they're mad at me. And that is it's a manipulation tactic so that they can hear back again of, oh no, I'm great, they're not upset with me. But even asking the question, they understand what they're doing in this situation. At least subconsciously, you know what I mean?
Right. Otherwise they wouldn't have asked the question. Yeah, exactly. I think what Lisa Rose said earlier is actually kind of like, I never even thought of it that way. Energy vampire.
I recognize it in friend groups now. I'm just like, energy vampire. Stay away from me. I know what you're doing.
But the Lisa Rose said that somebody who's constantly one-upping is not being seen in their life. And it's like, I feel sometimes like I don't want to talk to somebody and like I want to relate to somebody, but I don't want to be like, oh yeah, that happened to me too, and blah 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 blah. Like I try to be careful about listening and not trying to add my own experience into the mix. But sometimes it's hard to do because sometimes you just want to relate and say, oh yeah, I've been there too, because that might make them feel good, but who knows? So
the feeling of not being alone, like it's definitely also an acceptable way to do it. But like, as she said, like, this is obviously not pertaining to you guys, but like to her friend, it's like, well, if she's always one-upping you, then maybe that's not like the close friend that you want. or maybe, as like Jackie said, like if she's constantly, or he, or who they, or whoever they are constantly just kind of like in a weird way being manipulative and abusive, meaning like if something good happens to you, then they kind of get like withdrawn, and if something bad happens to you, they're there for you, then that kind of means like you're not in a good friendship, or at least you should see if maybe you're not in a good friendship, because that's always that's also a bad choice.
Yeah,
exactly. So sometimes you know, I have many friends, some are closer than others, and for reasons sometimes. And sometimes friends who haven't always been super close become really close friends after a while, because maybe it might take people some time to open up a little bit, and to just stop and listen. It really, yes, of course, it definitely depends, but as long as you're not feeling like bullied or feeling like down every time you talk to that person, then maybe they could just be just a cool friend,
right?
And maybe not maybe not a best friend.
I feel like this is a good way to get like, then it does bring consent, and asking for, if you
do you want to
help.
hear?
Pippa said, or ask, do you want to hear how I dealt with something similar? There is, I think that I've talked about it on here with y'all before, where like Jeff and I have a shorthand of whether I want you to try and help me solve my issue, or if you would just or like if I just need to vent. And we like, I put them in the categories of like, sometimes I just don't try and solve it. I don't need to hear what you've gone through. I just need to talk. And I think that that's also a good thing to have in a friendship as well, of like it's also part of your communication of saying like, I need your help with this. Will you help me? And it's like, it's a two-way street when it comes to that stuff. Sorry, now I'm just pivoting off into a different thing.
But now we're giving advice to the friend, being like, this is how you need to be better. You know? But yes, I agree with you, Jackie.
No, it is important. If you're able to recognize it and able to verbalize it, that's awesome. Then you're halfway there. Then you're actually almost all the way there. And then it's up to the other person, actually. That if anything, that's great. And the fact that you can do that, I mean, like I'm still getting to that point where like I think I know what I want, but you know, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I want, but that's okay. It's not your problem.
Right.
Maybe I don't know, and let me just sit and think on it for a while.
Yeah.
And then maybe it'll come through, or maybe I just needed, you know, a nap. You know, you never know.
Or Del Taco. Like, it just depends. Sometimes I feel like a different person than I was an hour ago because I ate Del Taco. And sometimes these things, but I also really like what Discombobulated said earlier. Something my therapist told me, there are different types of trust. Not everyone can be trusted with vulnerable emotional experiences, but maybe you can trust them in other ways. There's like, I'm thinking of specifically someone in my brain that like, I wouldn't talk to about deeper issues, but I also know that if I needed her to be there to like perform something with me, she'd drop fucking everything and do it, you know, but I also wouldn't open up my heart to her. But also, I don't work Howl Dog. I promise I don't work for Del Taco. But if I did, I would work for the crispy chicken tacos alone. $1.20. There shouldn't be $1.20 a taco. I bought 7 of them. I don't need 7. It should be illegal for me to order the food when I am that hungry.
Oh. I understand.
I think that's what we need. That's the law I need.
That's My Name B says, I have always had trouble being vulnerable because I never trusted anyone, but I've done a lot of work to become a better, more open human.
That's wonderful. It is work. We are all works in progress. Yes. We are constantly changing and bettering ourselves. And there are many ways, like you never have to be stuck. There are always ways to work on yourself. And it's, but Lipstick Homicide, please bring Owen Wilson to my wedding. That would be great.
Yes, please. Lipstick Homicide, are you Vince Vaughn? Because that's a stupid joke I made.
I like it. I like it.
Oh my God. Are we going to talk about these tarot readings?
Yeah, B. Let's fucking do it.
Amazing. I have to pee so bad. And
I'll take it down. Go pee.
Okay. Oh, Caroline is back. Excellent timing. Excellent. All right.
I have
my
a
God.
tiny bladder. It's
They're
this
tag teaming
big.
out. They're tag teaming out.
Tag, you're it.
Oh, nice. Okay, very good. All right, I'm it.
Yeah, you're
All
it.
right.
So run. I just wish I could, like, I wish you lived close by enough that I would just run to your house. That would be a great stream though, if you played tag via stream.
Holy crap. That's something. Do you see? That's something I'd be into. I'd be like, I can't organize shit, but you know what? I'll be the main tagger or whatever the game is. This will be base.
To.
Yes.
My 16th birthday party, we did a scavenger hunt. We did a photo scavenger hunt, but this was back in disposable camera days. So I put out lists, and we had different cars of teams that would have to go and get, and it was just like dumb things to take pictures with, but then you would take pictures with a disposable camera. So at the end of the day, at the party, at the end, everyone's like looking through the pictures that you took all day and like sharing the experiences of what they did in their car load kind of thing.
Oh,
and I swear it was the best. It's so silly. And it's such like, at the time period, I was doing a lot of drugs, and it was the most like wholesome thing I could for my sweet 16. And I still want to, like, I would do that again. I would love to do that with like us as adults, of just with your camera phone, just like, you got to get all this shit. It's like, we've been playing more games lately, and I'm not a game person. And I think I needed it in my life. I need more games.
That's what we'll do. That is how we will find the wedding venue when you guys get married. You will make us all go through a scavenger hunt. I love it. I love it.
All right, perfect.
And I will lead
and
us.
It's in a garden. I haven't told you yet. Save the date. I got a garden, and we got the venue. We did it.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, don't tell us where the garden is. We will find it.
All right, you have to find it. All right, great. This is great. I love this. All right, I'll just tell you Florida, and then you have to go to Florida, and you gotta go find it.
Which is going to be great. I mean, like, honestly, though, the funny thing about weddings, even if you give them the address and the map, it will still be a fucking scavenger hunt anyways.
Scavenger hunt wedding.
We're not, no, we see a Walmart. So like either way, it's gonna be a trip, and I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna enjoy the hell of it.
I'll do it. Or for the bridal shower trash, that's a great idea.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do it in a way where we can stay drunk the entire time. So we'll figure that out.
A scavenger hunt?
It'll be after you shoot it out. You can pump it and we'll fucking pour it out. I don't know what.
Great. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows what might be part of the scavenger hunt? Who knows?
Ooh, Hawk Girl says, that's so much fun. I'm trying to talk all my friends into buying inflatable costumes to have a socially distanced inflatable hike for my 35th in April. I think you should do it.
That's amazing.
I think you should do it.
But you say hike, but maybe not hike. Maybe you should do like backyard barbecue. In my brain, I'm like, if I will have that on, like, I want to be like with a beer in my hand where I got to unzip it to like down a beer and then zip it back up.
Yeah, exactly. This is like a 500-meter hike, because that I can get behind. I mean, then you can invite me. But if it's going to be a long trek, you never know. I'm already inviting myself into this. I'm sorry.
I love this. I'll come.
I'm crashing now.
This
there.
is
Our backyard is a national park. Okay. We'll
Yeah,
come.
there you go. Yeah.
We'll find out how legal it is for us to bring our things.
Yeah.
And then we'll go with it. It'll be fun.
That's amazing.
I'll just drive out, so I'll bring it. Oh, it's just to a covered bridge. All right, we're coming. I got weed.
I remember one time for my birthday, because I've always had kind of like, just normal birthdays. Sometimes I'll have some people over, and like I never got to have like a really fun thing, except for one time on my 12th birthday. My parents did something really cool. They hired a DJ to come, like, and just like a dude with CDs, I guess, at the time, and he just like played music for us, and so he kind of like made it feel like an actual like party, and so and there was like maybe like 10 other people.
Man, baby. Thank you.
It was really cool, like 3 dudes and 7 girls, and then me, and then like just like kind of giving us the atmosphere, like pretending like it was an adult party. So like
that's great.
That was really cool. It's just like, and then I think my brother had like a bubble machine, so he turned it on and made it feel like our little like living room was like a dance party and stuff. And like for a 12, 13-year-old girl, it's like heaven. You turn on and off the lights really fast for a strobe like
Got
action.
to.
And it was like the best birthday ever. Like I need to call my parents tomorrow and thank them on that, because it just hit me. So yes, things like that, just doing something fun, even hiring a DJ who is going to work a 12-year-old's birthday for 10 people.
That's
you know, and I don't even think he was a professional DJ. I think it was just some high school kid, but thank you. You know, that kind of shit. It's awesome. It's great. Like, and do that. I would do that today. You know, if Marcus wasn't our resident DJ, of course.
I mean,
he is.
obviously, can I
Yeah.
hire him for the wedding? I'm going to make him
Yes.
work. I'm going to put him as a DJ. I'm like, you can play whatever you want.
Yes.
We did that to
No,
Ed
absolutely.
for the wedding. We're like, you want to host it? You want to be the DJ? We'll give you all the songs. You just have to tell people what to do and when. And he did,
Yeah.
because he's Ed and he's the most lovely human ever.
Yeah, we made Henry marry us. We're like, Henry, you got to marry us. You got to do all these things. And he's like, and then what else do I have to do? It's like, and then this too, and then that.
I'm just glad
and
that
then
he
the other
practiced
thing.
at your wedding, because he'll be doing the same thing at mine.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good. So he's all well vetted.
He's worked in. So we
I
got.
will write a recommendation immediately.
Thank you, please, because I need them before. I mean, I've already asked him, but I did let him know I can take it back. I can take it back, Henry. Meanwhile, he's the one I call at a CarMax in the middle of the day going, Henry, I need your help. Because I still do that to my older brother like he is my father, but that's fine.
Totally okay.
Your
right.
birthday is on Thanksgiving every 7 years. Is that this year, Patricia Bateman? Very important news.
Is that like November 26th or 27th? I have friends with like that sort of Thanksgiving rotating birthday. You can't
I remember.
Oh, 11/28.
Oh, the
That makes
28th.
sense. Yes. Sagittarius. Speaking of birthdays and speaking of things metaphysical, let's get tarot.
Let's get metaphysical.
Physical.
Metaphysical. You gotta get metaphysical.
I don't know.
I'm looking up because it's very important to me to now find out if Patricia Bateman's birthday is on Thanksgiving or not.
Oh, yeah.
And
We need to know. We need to put a candle on the pumpkin pie or not. It's very important to know.
the 25th. It's the 25th.
Ah,
Uranium.
All right, well, it'll be another day.
Your birthday is mine and Holden's anniversary on the 27th. Our 17th. What am I talking about? 17th. I know when our thing is. Okay. All right. So here we do. Wow, guys. Here we go.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, what?
I just remembered. That's how I remember I'd really play video games. Birthday, September 15th. So it's the month, even though technically it's not, but it is a month after my birthday. And that's how I remember.
Oh, it's a day after my mom's birthday.
See? All right. This is
There
great.
you go. Well, I'll never forget it now. It's weird.
Now you know all our passwords and pin codes. That's it.
It is I don't really play video games birthday. That's what I've been using this entire time. That would be very creepy. Be like, yes, I know that we don't really know each other in real life, but I use your birthday for everything.
We have conversations in the shower alone. But we do.
But we do. You respond. I promise. Okay, so tarot reading. I have it here like this. And Jackie, is it cool if are you cool with me showing our reading? Is
I
that
love it.
that's gravy, baby? Okay, excellent. So
Yes.
I want to make us like this, but it's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm doing a little adjusting. I'm doing some adjusting.
Oh, okay, this is me. Okay, can I preface this by saying that I know zero about tarot cards? I mean, I know how to play a good blackjack, and that's it. I don't know anything at all. It's not like it's not my thing or anything. It's just never been something I really delved into ever. But I think that might actually make it better to have. I'm literally like just a random stranger
baby.
off the street who's like,
Thank you, Holden.
okay, let's just do me. Like I don't know anything, so like lay it on me. I please do at the very least. It could be good. Who knows?
This is
Teach me, guys.
This, I mean, and I know a little bit about tarot, but I don't. I would love to have Hail Persephone come on and actually like talk about tarot in general, like give us a lesson. But this is, I think that these are so beautiful, and I'm gonna go ahead and scroll a little bit so you guys can sort of see here. You have okay? Well, so Carolina, is there anything that you want to talk about with your reading? It's the Eight of Arrows, which is struggle, the Six of Bones, which is
sick as fuck.
Which is
Yes, it's a bones.
I think that's abundance. The Seven of Arrows.
I'm sorry, I just got too excited.
No, that's fine. I think I'm like I want to hold on. Here we go. Insecurity, and then the Three of Stones, which is creativity. So is there?
I got all of those. And they're not even cards. They're all here. That's hanging here, but. Yes. Wow. This is always an interesting thing. This is because I like to find ways to just kind of, if anything, make use or you know what I mean? Like, especially someone who's not well versed or versed in any way, to see if maybe like this could be something interesting. This could be something to look into. You never know. Was
there anything that like stood out with your with this reading? Were you like, oh my god, that's like completely true? Or was it like, yeah, is there anything in particular that you want to bring up?
Struggle and creativity. Struggle is the struggle is real, man. That is a real thing. But the creativity, as remember we talked about this in the beginning, the creativity is probably a very, very real thing. We actually, like, without even knowing so much about this, we already talked about how like Carolina likes to make fun things. Carolina wants to, enjoy things that are not just something on the TV or something in front of you or anything like that. So maybe I have to take okay, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Okay, I get this. Okay, sorry, I'm learning as I'm going along. But this is crazy. This is I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
I will.
Can you just help me out a little bit?
Yeah, I will. So what she says here. With Venus exalted in Pisces right now. So this was a couple of weeks ago that she did the reading. She did it on the full moon. So that's like half of a moon cycle behind us. But it's still. Or it says March 26th though. So is it for the full moon that's coming up? I think maybe it's for that sort of time period.
I believe it was for the Virgo. Wasn't it for the
Virgo full moon?
Virgo
yeah.
Moon?
So
yeah.
I guess that will be the one coming up. Or was it the last one? I'm not 100% sure, but what she said.
February 26th.
Oh, okay. February 26th. Got it. That was a typo. Okay. All right. Perfect. That makes so much sense because I think like she sort of zeroed in, Carolina, on what you were feeling at that time. And
okay.
She says, with Venus exalted in Pisces right now, amplifying her benefactory status in the sky, there's a radical invitation waiting for you that involves a lot of fucking shadow work and some brutal conversations with your inner imposter. Oh my God, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but and I said, you are so authentic. You know what I mean? Like when you were anyway.
When I'm doing, I do a lot of research and I freak out because I want to make sure everything I say is correct. And No Dogs in Space, and because we do music history so much that I email the people themselves and then they write back and I'm like, can you confirm this one date? And they're like, you want me to remember something that happened in 1981? Okay. And I'm like, please, just I will send you a Christmas card every year. And they do, because I want to be as truthful as I possibly can be. That's the most important thing about everything I do.
Yeah.
So it's about honesty and being authentic, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So is that what does involves a lot of fucking shadow work? What does shadow work mean exactly? What does that term shadow work mean?
I think that I'm not 1,000% sure, but I think that it means sort of like the darker side of things, or like the underneath side of things. So I think that, and she said, and shit, Carolina, is this ever a powerful moon to start that journey under? So there's like a journey. I feel like it's working on your shadow qualities. Oh, okay. I see. Therapy, coaching, facing the mental health stuff you don't like looking at.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, the stuff I don't like looking at is the stuff I think about all day long, but I don't like it, which is the awkwardness and the how to deal with, how to be like a normal person. Sometimes that of course I am a normal person. We're all normal people, of whatever you want to call it, but sometimes you do feel like, why can't I be normal? Why can't I feel normal? Why can't I just, order a sandwich? Or why do I feel strange when someone comes up to me and I'll go, and then I walk away being like, oh man, I should have just said something and given directions to something. Why, that whole thing, like I need to always be prepared and not always in my head too much. Is that what that is, like that kind of struggle? Because that happens a lot.
That is why I don't think I can really act anymore. It is that feeling of like, I don't think that this comes easily to me the way that like I need to know what I'm going, like, unless I'm being myself. If I'm being anything else, I can't. I completely understand that feeling of like needing to prepare.
Yes. Yes, I do. I mean, I told you guys this. I prepare to order a sandwich at a deli in my mind constantly. And then I'll get it out, and then I'll be like, and then I'll get the sandwich. I'm like, success. And then like, that seriously took a lot of work. And I know we all came from amoebas like a million years ago, but man, my brain, it's making its way there. And I mean that in the best possible way. I'm proud of the small things. I want to just say that.
Hail Persephone says, yep, dealing with that inner critic telling you you're not normal is the work. And
yes. Yeah. Or just the wanting to be, or the feeling of, wouldn't it be better? Everyone else's life seems kind of easier, but for me, it's extra hard, that kind of stuff. And to come across as somebody who doesn't have to work super hard. And then, and then realizing like, oh, but wait, I don't have to pretend that it's super hard. I could just, I pretend that it's not super hard. I can just say, yeah, that is hard. Right. That is a problem. Or just something to work on, and maybe it could be a cute thing. Who knows? But you just get, you go with it.
Oh, sorry, I'm following this in line. Curly, she was like, I used to have to get in and out of line multiple times talking about at Starbucks until I could get the order out of my mouth.
Oh God.
And same with Gibbon UL. Sorry, I pre-check menus of places before we go, so I already know what I want.
Me too.
Thing. And then, or like the places when like it's like, oh, it changes every day. I'm like, like a roundabout of what maybe you might have, because like I need to prepare.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. If like the whole COVID restrictions happen and then finally, but then things were kind of getting better, but there was a whole new thing on how to do things. And I've finally got to meet up with my friend Anna the other day, because she's finally fully vaccinated. And so I was like,
Congrats,
can I just
Anna!
Yay! And I was like, hey, Anna, can you like, so I kind of like tell her, like, can you text me when you get there? Because if I get there, I'll be like, I don't know what to do. Where do I stand? Where do I sit? Like, I want to be safe. I don't want to be an asshole. I want to keep my mask on. All those things in my head. I'm just like, you know what? She'll just take care of it. And then I'll just meet her there, and then it'll all be taken care of.
And not to say like, but also without smoking anymore. And I imagine you go through the same issue, wherein I would get someplace early. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just have a cigarette. Or I'd make sure that I'd have a couple cigarettes before I'd go in and wait for them to meet me out front before I would go inside. But then without the cigarettes, then it's even where you're like, but then what would I do? Just stand there? Yes. You can just stand there. Like I had to like relearn that you can just stand there and it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, just the feeling of not knowing what to do, even though it's so easy, even though I know in my head that no one's thinking about me and they're all just regular people. I could probably go up to somebody and be like, hey, how does this work? And I'm sure they'll be like, don't worry, we get this all the time. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, silly me. That seems so easy to do. But sometimes I'm just like, that's exhausting. And I just don't want to be an idiot all the time. So yes, exactly. That whole feeling of like, let me just circle the block a few times or something, because I'm not a smoker anymore. So what do you do? What do you do? Yes. So it's half me just doing it and just be like, fuck it, just do it. Who cares? And then you do it, and then you're like, oh yeah, it was nothing. And it's also half like also leading on a friend or someone to be like, or even like Marcus, can you just call this person? Because me calling somebody about something about the plumbing or whatever, it's just a whole thing. It takes too much headspace. It's like an hour for me to figure this out, and then I will get to it 2 weeks later. If you just do it, it will be done, and I will appreciate, and I will make up for it by doing something else.
Yeah,
because it's just so much. But yes, so thank you, and thank you all you guys on chat who are like, yes, so I understand. Thank you for understanding the anxiety and how weird it can be and how awkward it can be when it's just a simple thing. And I try to make it look easy, but to no avail at times. But yes, so thank you.
Oh.
So I hope that had something to do with the tarot reading, because that's kind of what I want to also learn from you guys, like what you guys are going through, because I have no idea. And this is the fun part, when Carolina is not an idiot, but when Carolina doesn't know, I don't know so much. Sometimes like I just want to like be a sponge and just take in all the information I can, like looking up the menu of the place, looking up the location of the place. Is that place close to this? Is there a bathroom over here? And that's how I can sniff out all the things and how to figure everything out, because I need all the information ahead of time.
Like, I feel like I don't know how to be in public anymore. Like, because I'm so not in public, like we haven't been in public at all. I don't know like how to be around people anymore. Like I get so uncomfortable. And so, I mean, but yes, I think that like what I'm telling you is on a much, much, much smaller scale, but somewhat of the same idea.
I'm just glad that we're all in this together. I'm just happy about that.
Yes. You are definitely not alone in
the
this.
Social wheel maybe has gotten a little bit out of shape because of everything. When I think in my head, it's like, I remember I used to go and like do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And just do whatever. I remember I would talk my way onto a stage somewhere. Like I used to be crazy. And now it's like, I can't even imagine myself walking in somewhere and just being like, hey, can I get on this show? Like, I can't like, like I'm going to have to relearn that weirdness of without, drinking a ton or anything like I gotta relearn that.
We have to relearn it together. And it's like, I think it's also remembering though, that everyone feels that way. And like for the most part, at least most of the people that we're around also feel that way. And I have to keep reminding myself that, because I short out or I find myself, like I said, I talk about work because for me, I talk for a living. So I go into, okay, well, where's my comfort zone? Oh, I'll talk about the things that I talk about for work. But what about outside of that? What about other life experiences? We don't have other life experiences to talk about. We have nothing. It's like, we don't have the drive to get on the stage. We don't have anything pushing us. And as well as like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I know that Lex, you can't drink now, but even now, like I can't drink around but honestly, I don't know if you would be able to, because I immediately get so like last night we were just watching a movie in Henry's backyard and I felt naked. Like I was like, I'm ready to go home now. I'm ready to be, I don't want to talk to anyone anymore. And once I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go home.
Yep.
I feel, oh my gosh. Like in the Uber on the way home, I was like, thanks for, for leaving when I wanted to, because I felt such social anxiety just without the lubrication of alcohol. And also because we are outside and we are like, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and it's just, it's like everyone just wants to talk about pregnancy, and that's fine. And, whatever, at least I can, relate to that. But it's just like, I just felt like a world of awkwardness. And I was like, it's time to go. I can't hang anymore.
Maybe it has to be like almost like getting back into shape. Yeah. Like working out. Like I do 15 minutes a day. And then get to 20 minutes a day, and I mean like the social wheel, like I hung out with my friend and we spent a couple hours hanging out, but we didn't like we had a great time, but it was just like kind of like just like, since I haven't seen her for forever, it's just like just getting everything out and then being like, next time it will be fun. Right now, it's just us just getting things out of everything that's just frustrating and infuriating and everything. But and then the next time it could be a little less awkward. And yes, I'm just glad I have a lot of very social friends who have no problem, or also we feel stronger in numbers. Right. So we also like we'll do it. If someone's like, oh, Carolina, can you go ask this person? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, because everyone has my back. Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, that's no problem. But oh man, all by myself, it is the most awkward. I remember one time I pretended I was deaf because I didn't. It was so bad. I pretend I was like hard of hearing just because it was the most awkward situation where someone asked me to move at a table where I was eating dinner by myself, and I was just like, huh? And they're like, can you not hear? And I just went like, no, because I just didn't know how to respond. And then later I'm like, oh, you're such an idiot, like, and then you don't want to do that. You don't want to, and then you can't ever go back to that place again. So that place is dead to me now. But so what I'm saying is like, don't fall into a weird Seinfeld episode pratfall that you're gonna get into. You're stronger in numbers, man. Yeah, or just go with it and just be like, this will be a funny story I'll tell in Glos. Let's just go and do it, and I'll tell a funny story eventually.
Do it for the material. Always.
I mean, mostly that is straight up either material for work or material for therapy, so that I have more to talk about rather than just work. So then that's how it goes.
Carolina, do you want to talk about the questions from Mother Moon? Or shall we move on to Jackie's?
Oh, can we move on to Jackie for now? Just so that way I can. I want to grab more of this. I want to take more of this.
Mine is next, but do you want to do mine or do we want to do Jackie's?
Let's do yours, Lex.
Yeah, let's do yours. Yeah.
So this is so interesting. Okay, so I just even looking at it, I was like, okay, so this is a different type of tarot deck than what I'm used to. And the knight, I was like, bows, I think that's wands, stones. I was like, is that swords? But it's not. It's pentacles. And then arrows is like the sword. Arrows? Is that? Am I? Oh, wait, no. Hold on, let me check this.
I will say that Hail Persephone told me that they really enjoyed this book called You Were Born for This, which is by Chani Nicholas, that really breaks down astrology and the like. And I will say I just purchased it because that's the kind of thing I do during a stream. Cool. And I don't really play video games, just linked it in chat as well. And I'm very interested and I'm excited.
Awesome. Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh yeah, hot girl. Let's do it, y'all. You guys want to buy this book? We'll fucking talk about it.
Yeah. I love it. I need more metaphysical content in the office to alienate Holden with.
Yeah.
I love it. So the Knight of Bows, the fox. So that's like impulsiveness. I want it now. So whatever you were meditating on that day, oh man, I feel like I know the exact day that you were doing this reading because this is exactly how I felt. The Four of Bows, the wands, the celebration, joy, like the joyfulness. For sure, we're getting a lot of like, yeah, you just moved to LA. Yeah, you're gonna have a baby. Yay. We coming off of getting married 2 years ago, but still, it's like there's still like that sort of joyful life change, celebratory feeling. And then the Queen of Stones, the Pentacles, the Bear. Oh, I love this so much. It says nurturing mother card, financially responsible, trying, protective, and self-making, self-appointed shield and guardian. So with Holden is currently making more than me. And I'm having a hard time with that because I'm so used to splitting things 50-50. But because when we moved away from New York, I took my teaching clients, but I'm not nannying. And so I lost like half my income. And he was just like, it's going to be okay, But then now I'm thinking, oh my God, we saved a bunch of money to move. But I also like want to now not spend it. I know that we were like intending to really work on the apartment and get like a nice home going and also sort of live off that money until I can find more clients and more income. But I'm just like, no, I have to save it now. I have to tuck it away because it's for the baby. So it's like I'm like really, really struggling with I'm so afraid to like spend $5 because I'm like, no, it's for the baby, but no, it's for the apartment, but no, this is what we intended it for, but no, I need to spend it on this bill because blah blah blah. So anyway, so
but it's good. That means your brain is getting prepared for another living thing. Like actually, it's very, very financially responsible. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just like this reading was just like exactly what was going through the impulsiveness with the fox and then the mama bear idea. And then, of course, look at the 10 of arrows. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do for a living. I instruct, I teach small children. And I think that's just, it was so spot on. And I love this. What are you being invited to release? There's tension between impulsivity and the need for stability right now when it comes to how you care for your heart, your body, and how you protect your time. I'm horrible at time management. Horrible. I'm horrible at self-care. I need to get better at these things. I need to make time for myself. When Holden leaves for the evening or something or whatever, sometimes I'm just like, well, now I don't know what to do because I have nobody to take care of. It's bad. So
that's why that's when you take care of yourself.
I know.
You immediately, I feel like the second that comes across your mind, because I get it, you immediately start taking care of, then put on a face mask, take a bath, do one of, it's like do something for you.
Put on your own music. That always helps. If you put on your own music real loud, and not on the earphones, just out and loud, and that's around. The beginning. Yes.
No, for sure.
That can get you there.
But it's like he doesn't really leave that often. And I need to carve out the time. And like instead of him being like, hey, do you want to just sit down and watch a movie and hang out with me? Because that's like his love language is like spending time and watching things together. Sometimes I have to be like, no, I actually really want to, take a bath or I really want to like, go do this thing for myself. I have to say that, but I don't. I'm just like, no. An opportunity to make you feel loved. Sure. I will sit down. So, it's a struggle and I need to be better about that. I love that. Okay. So the Knight of Bows and the Queen of Stones is as so opposite, the impulsivity and then the planning. So true. And here she says, this Virgo mother moon is begging you to take note of the dichotomy between these two drives. Are you being impulsive with your self-care, or conversely, are you caught up in the fear of not being enough for those in charge that you neglect your care in order to serve them first? I mean, it's like, girl, you read my heart. It's so strange. It's so creepy.
Milton Persephone said, oh mama, yes, you need to ritualize it. Make your self-care part of your craft. Make it an act of worship. And yes to music. I think that it is as important as it is to stretch before you do yoga, or not yoga, because whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's also remembering that you need to prioritize yourself. Besides the fact that you are creating a child right now, you should do it all the time anyway, but it's so hard for a nurturing person to nurture themselves ever. I do feel that all three of us struggle with that. And it is something that it's like, but you have to make it a more present part of your life. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I part of self-care actually for me is more like filling the well, like filling the creative well. I used to paint and sculpt and do lots of like fun artistic things all the time. That is the first thing to get pushed by the wayside. And so it's just like, no. That's going to take too much to set up. But having like painting nights and things like that actually encourages me to fill my well, so to speak. And then the promise, the 10 of arrows, that's the card on the side. Why do we need to get this balance right? Why are you being called to surrender the ways in which you sabotage your self-care? I've had some other tarot readings that like within the past 2 years or so, and they've been like, so why are you sabotaging yourself so constantly? It's like there's this huge theme in that, and I really do feel like I am the biggest person in my way. you know, hey, who knew? But I feel like a lot of people are usually their own worst enemies and their biggest critics, and also the thing that is in their way. It's not something else. But that is a theme that keeps coming up a lot. And I love this. Let's see. Mason Kip writes that trauma is healed in safe relationships. And what a safe relationship you are fostering right now. What a divine experience it is for you to harbor new life. And loving partner, friends, family, child, like all of these, like also I feel like this is a relationship. Jackie, Carolina, and I, like, this is a relationship that I am fostering. I'm fostering a relationship with the members in chat. You know, it's like, I feel like fostering relationships is really kind of like a huge, important theme right now in this season. And so I need to love myself more.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Yeah, for sure.
No, absolutely. And I think that's important. Sometimes it's easy to fall into something because, you know, Marcus and I, we've been living together for over 4 years at this point. So sometimes, you know, a lot of times we get used to kind of going into the same kind of groove of what we're doing. And sometimes I'm like thinking like, well, you know what, this is actually not what I want to do. Actually, I just maybe I might do it just because it's easy, but you know what, I'm not going to do that. So I tell Marcus, like, I'm going to go listen to music in the other room, and I go and I listen to music, or I listen to whatever, or, you know, I text my best friend Julie, who's in Mexico, and then I have a whole night, and it's totally fine. And I knew it wouldn't be a problem with Marcus. He was not going to be like, no, sit down here and watch The Wire with me. No, it's like, no, of course. Yeah,
Right,
go have fun. And that's important to remember. It's important to remember, like, no, I should initiate my own fun too. I'm not going to fall into the same thing that everyone, whoever is in your household is doing, you know, and
I
just
think
to like
it's
doing
difficult to not have someone tell you to go do it. And now I do try, though. There are times when, like, I just look at Jeff, because Jeff, his big thing, he likes to take long baths, and I'll just be like, why don't you go take a bath? Like, if he like just even see me, I'm like, go, because also then I use that as my me time as well. So it's like helping, like bringing up if it's difficult, because like it was difficult for me to say I need some time to go work on me. So in my brain, if I think of it of like, no, but I would need to take care of him, and I don't need to. In my brain, I need to take care of him. So why don't you encourage him to take care of himself? Because then in turn, I will take care of myself.
Yep.
You know, we're just like, oh, maybe that's a fucked up way to do it, but it has helped me work on myself more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It works. Yeah. I tell Marcus, like, you know, go hang out with your friend Ivan. Guys, go out for a drink. He's vaccinated. You know, like, you guys can still keep a nice distance. It'll be fine. Totally fine. He's like, yeah, you go. Then that means I can have a gentleman's evening. That's what we call it, a gentleman's evening with me and Georgie, or Marcus and Georgie, and where you kind of just get to do whatever you want. You order the food that you want to eat that your partner doesn't care for. And then you watch whatever garbage or great TV or put on music and have your own little thing. Kind of like you're pretending like you're on your own bedroom when you were 16 all over again.
Yeah.
You know, paint your nails and keep up with friends and all that stuff. Like, that's, man, I didn't realize how important that was until much later, but it is so important.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sure.
And I'm
Put
so
on
happy
your
to have
Dashing Diva. I'm obsessed with these fucking gel strips. Gel
Dashing
strips.
Diva.
Dashing Diva.
That's
I'm
awesome.
putting it in.
But that is one of the things
phone.
that I do when I'm alone, and I sit and I very slowly apply my nail strips.
I'm putting it in my phone right now.
Right.
Jackie, do you want to talk about your moon medicine?
Wait, have you finished your?
Oh yeah.
You haven't hit the mother section yet.
We have 7 minutes left, so I want to move on. To darling.
We can always come back to me. You know, I'm not going anywhere.
No.
I'm always talking about myself.
I love the questions that she poses, like being prepared to love yourself, open to healing your inner child. Ooh, my inner child is fed up. Through the ways you foster space in this new life, I know that I'm going to have like some serious challenges and reliving some of my childhood when. Oh God, I don't even want to cry about it. But like reliving some of my childhood as I raise a baby. So that's gonna be crazy and difficult.
Mama, let it out.
I'm fine.
Mama, let it out. I cried while eating Del Taco in front of y'all. I feel like, now we are all synergy, and that's how it fucking, let it out.
But yes,
because of course it's very scary. It's very it's nerve-wracking. How do you not? It's part of the reason why, like, at least for me, I struggle with the idea of, I don't know if I should have kids because of what my family did to me mentally, what was carried on into me. It's like, that is a big part of it.
Isn't that the beginning of parenthood, is like now where you're just like, oh my God, I'm never gonna relax ever forever, kind of thing. But doesn't mean you can't, though. I mean, hopefully. Let's hope.
I think that it just being cognizant of the fact that so much trauma is passed on, and being the type of person that doesn't want to do that, and they want to work on themselves, and they're going to make a conscious effort to not traumatize their child as best as they can. So I think that is going to have a bit of a I think that'll, like, my mom always told me, she's like, you're breaking the family curse. We had you to break the family curse. And it's just like, well, shit, that's a lot, to put on a small child. But
that's a lot.
I think that if you are aware of it, I think maybe you won't fuck up your kid as much as maybe if you weren't aware of it. Just being aware of it is the first step. So, yeah.
I mean, I totally understand and sympathize with any anxieties you have, but I also believe in you, Lexi. I know you're gonna come out doing it great. But doesn't mean, just because I know it's gonna turn out great for you, doesn't mean that your feelings aren't valid. They're completely 100% valid.
Oh, yes.
Yes. A million percent.
Thanks.
Yes. But if you can keep Holden the Lizard King alive, I know that you can 100% do wonders with a beautiful baby girl.
You can.
Also,
there's at least hope for that baby. Yes.
Helper 70 said, trauma is healed when it's released, and it's only released when we feel safe enough to process it. If it's fucking awful right now, know that's because becoming a butterfly means literally turning into goo and growing wings. It's hard, but this work is natural and intuitive, and you're already doing it.
You are. Yes, you are. You're making it happen. I know. It's beautiful, but it's also messy, and it's also crazy. It's a lot of things. There's going to be a million things in your head, and we're there for every single one of them.
I want to be goo forever, says Wayward.
I want to be goo forever. I want to be goo.
Holden is goo forever.
The phrase like adulting, but I did hit a wall today that I was like, if I have to make one more adult decision, I'm gonna flip I was like, I require 24 hours of no decision making. So right after this stream is when my 24 hours begins, and I'm very, very excited about it.
That is cool.
That's amazing. I just want to say to Demon Whiskey Nick real fast, yes, Holden was my first baby. And second of all, Demon Whiskey Nick, check out Alan Carr book. So I believe you asked about that. So Alan Carr has a book on booze. So yes, or just get pregnant. Anyways, guys, they know what I'm talking about.
Hot Girl says, go get fucking blazed and treat yourself, because that is the time when you feel that you're hitting a wall. That's when you need self-care. That's when you have to you're like, oh, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. Stop. Okay, I need to take care of me. I need to check in with what's going on here. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna get stoned. I'm gonna write in my fucking journal for a while. I'm gonna fucking figure out some fucking shit. That's whenever you're hitting that wall, you gotta look inward.
Yes.
No, that's very true. I was stuck with a work thing the other day, and I was like, I just got to keep working more. And instead I stopped and washed my hair. And it was like, it could have been seen as something that's not, let's say, not good for time management, or not a good idea because I have so much on my plate. But it was a good idea in the sense of like, all right, now my hair is clean, and now I can do this. And actually it works. So actually stopping and whatever you want to call wasting time with your own, whatever you want to call it, it's never a waste. No. It never is. No. Yeah. Things go by faster and better and easier if you do that. No one's being lazy. No one's being vain. Just go do it. Do it for you. If anything, you should be like 2 against 1, Holden. If you ever come across that with Holden, but pretty much he's outvoted. If that ever comes across. So there you go.
And then if all fails, we'll all run away without a really play video games. Sometimes I fantasize about just running away from life. Yeah. Yeah. And then you watch some of those, man, just like watch the Hunt for the Wilder People. Have you guys seen that Taika Waititi movie?
No.
With Sam Neill, and it is about like it. Watch it; it will make you cry in way like. But it is about like this family that lives out in the woods, and it's a story of a man creating a relationship with an adopted child, and it's like quirky because it's also Taika Waititi, so it is that like.
Love.
It's beautiful, but it makes you just like, I don't need any of this. None of this is real. It's all constructs. I'm gonna live in the forest. And then I think about the bugs, and I think about, I'm like, how am I gonna make my meatloaf? It's just, I'd have to kill the cow, grind the cow. Like it's a whole.
I don't think
perspective, and I like it. I like it. I'm down for it.
Oh my God.
Oh, Ricky Baker.
Jackie, it is 7:00. Do you want to talk about your?
Well, let's do it next time. I ain't going nowhere.
Spend a whole lot of time on it. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it next time because I cried
long.
through what Hail Persephone read for me.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, we need to spend some time then.
Yeah, we'll get back into it, of course, next time. No problem. And then
discombobulated. I'm always putting out content.
Of course. And then we'll have a better understanding, and maybe that could help in the long run. You never know, and that's always great. Love this. I love this.
I love.
Oh,
this
you guys
so
are great.
You guys,
this is great.
Holden is tapping in. Holden is typing in who we're going to raid, and it's the lovely Amber Nelson. She is doing a stream, and we're going to raid her this evening. As soon as we're done. So we just wanted to say. Or I just want to say, I can't speak for everybody, but I just want to say I love you guys so much, of course, and
I love you guys.
And
Holden.
Hey, ladies. I just want to say she's doing a cooking stream, too, so it should be a lot of fun, guys.
Fun!
And, she's really excited
I like
to,
her cooking
get
stuff on IG, so that's great. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, stick around for that.
Thank you guys so much. And don't forget, Lisa Rose next week gonna have an amazing workshop. So hit us with your questions or think about your questions, and we're gonna have a great, good, constructive, non-judgmental conversation about our bodies and fashion next week.
I'm
very excited about it.
Yes.
And thank you guys, everybody who donated. That's my name, be Discombobulated Hunty Boy. Thank you so very much. It's a perfect even 10 apiece. I love it. Thanks. Pig Bullets. Oh my God. Pig Bullets. Thank you so much for the 10. They say who shit the tub? That's an excellent question. Holden, do you feel like you want to
is he finally
weigh in on this?
Forward, or
is he? Caroline,
Human
what's
Whiskey,
Nick,
you don't need to go
It
anywhere
was
for
not me. It was not me. I don't know. We will never know. That's the thing. It happened during a very specific amount of time. Anyway, we will never know. But, Holden thinks it was me. But why would I do that?
Lexi took a big dirty shit in our tub. I don't know why she would do something
Why
like
would
that.
you
It's very mean of her to do that.
Lex?
He lies. Everybody
but
knows that he lies.
why would Holden, the
Lexi
mother
doesn't
of
poop.
your child?
That's
Holden.
true, Excelsior. You know me. You know I don't poop. I have a very hard time.
That
always
is also,
pooping.
we all know that you don't poop. So it is.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
No self-report. Okay, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And
love you guys.
We will see you next week.
I love you guys. Thank you for letting me eat and not judging me.
Yes.
Bye,
Woohoo.
everyone.
Rating. Going to the intro card, playing.
Yeah.
Hoo-ha.
Hey.
Oh, I wonder what Amber's making. Well, I guess I can find out actually very shortly.
You want a piece of my hoo-ha, hoo-ha. You gotta work for my hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Wanna get down with my hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Better bow down to my hoo-ha, hoo-ha. You wanna get with me, 'cause I'm the girl of your dreams. Don't like fancy cars.
Actually,
champagne or
like, I've
caviar.
gotten
Just get me on a boat with some PBR.
I'm so
Head south towards Mardi Gras, and I'll cut you off the size of my
I do the exact same way. Or also, if I'm